Six records of December Bayan now call to order. The occasion will be led by Honorable Alexander Tipala.
Dasal hindi Latin, ha? Sisulitin na yun niya. Dasal?
Bigyan mo kami ngayon namin kakanin sa araw-araw. Katawan kami sa aming mga sana para napagpamatawag kami sa nagkakatawa sa amin. Huwag mo kami medyo sa sokso at jam kung sa nasa mga
Secretary, roll please.
Honorable Yuvino M. Villegas, Honorable Danilo P. Mabilangan, Honorable Edwin C. Ascanio, Honorable Peter Thomas A. Reyes, Honorable Crescenciano E. Ramos Jr., Honorable Renate V. Arcelias, Honorable Alexander J. Guevara, Honorable Primo C. Batan, Honorable Wilfredo M. Maliksi. Your Honor, wala po sa silid tulungan sina Honorable Yuvino M. Villegas, Honorable Edwin C. Ascanio, at Honorable Wilfredo M. Maliksi.
So, do we have the quorum, Mr. Secretary?
Meron po.
Okay, proceed with this session. Next, the reading of except minutes of last week session. Mr. Secretary, please.
Katitikan ng ika-25 pangkaraniwang pulong ng Sangguniang Bayan ng Santo Tomas, Batangas na kinanap sa Silid Pulungan noong ika-20 ng Enero 2014, ang lahat ay dumalo. Sinumula ng pagpupulong sa ganap na ika-9 ng umaga, pinangunahan ni Kagalang-galang Crescenciano E. Ramos Jr. ang isang panalangin. Habang binabasa ng Sekretary Hiling ang katitikanan ng karang pagpupulong, Vice Ramos, excuse me, Mr. Secretary. Yes, Honorable Villegas. Mr. Presiding Officer, inihiling ko pong wag na ipagpatuloy ang pagbasa dahil ang lahat naman ay may kopya na. Vice Ramos, may mungkahi si Kagalang-galang Villegas na wag nang ipagpatuloy ang pagbasa ng katitikan ng nakaraang pagpupulong. May pumapangalawa pa, seconded by majority of the members of the Sangguniang Bayan. The reading is now already approved. Next is the incoming letters. Mr. Secretary, do we have any incoming? Yes, Your Honor. From the Office of the Municipal Plan Development Coordinator dated January 15, 2014 to Honorable Ferdinand M. Ramos, Municipal Vice Mayor, Santo Tomas, Batangas. Dear Sir, this refers to the letter from the Provincial Planning and Development Office to integrate the disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation.
Excuse me, Secretary. Yes, Honorable Ramos.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Presiding Officer, sa atin pong mga kasama.
Morning.
Tayo po naman lahat ay sa palagay kami disiplina, kaya hinihiling ko po na huwag na ipagpatuloy ang pagbasa.
So, may mungkahi ang ating Kagalang-galang Crescenciano Ramos na huwag na magpatuloy ang pagbasa ng nasabing katitikan ng ating pagpupulong noong sa linggo. May pumapangalawa. So, pinapangalawa ng lahat ng miyembro ng Sangguniang Bayan. So, we proceed with this. Is there any incoming letters, Mr. Secretary?
Meron po. Narito po ang 2014 annual budget ng Barangay Santa Clara, Barangay San Francisco, Barangay San Pedro, at Barangay San Luis.
So at this point, Barangay Santa Clara, Barangay San Francisco, at Barangay San Pedro, at Barangay San Luis submitted their budget proposals for the year 2014, and then this will be referred to the Committee on Ways and Means and Appropriations under the leadership of Honorable Peter Reyes.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
We're more than willing to accept those budget proposal for those barangays for further study. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Reyes.
Wala na po.
Okay, we proceed with these proposed ordinances. Okay, letter A, draft ordinance number 2014-030, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2013-006, entitled An Ordinance Regulating the Use of Motorcycles Plying the Streets and Highways of the Municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. So this is an en banc ordinance for this reason na amiyandahan natin yung dati-dating mga ginawang ordinansa pertaining to this riding in tandem using their motorcycles. So as this is the first reading, I will refer this to this committee on laws, rules, and privileges under Honorable Alexander Guevara.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Magandang umaga po sa aking mga kasama.
With also the joint committee chairmanship by Honorable Wilfredo Marixi as chairman of Peace and Order.
Tinatanggap ko po ang pag-aaral ng naturang ordinance.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Alexander Guevara. So we go now to the proposed resolutions. Draft resolution number 2014-0271. Resolution declaring March 7, 2014 as official non-working holiday in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. So this is an en banc resolution. Mr. Secretary, will you please read the content of this resolution?
Draft resolution number 2014-0271, resolution declaring March 7, 2014 as official non-working holiday in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas it has been a time-honored tradition among the constituency of Santo Tomas, Batangas to observe the feast of St. Thomas Aquinas with religious and civic revelries. Whereas it is proper to declare this day a non-working holiday in the municipality in order for our constituent to celebrate the occasion free of time constraints. Whereas various programs have been prepared by the Fiesta Committee and its desire to make this year's celebration a fusion of religion and culture of our town.
Okay, anybody from the members of the Sangre Bayan who will lead for the approval of this resolution? Well, Honorable Boy Christopher, as you are the chairman on Committee on Culture and Arts.
Mr. Presiding Officer, tinatanggap ko po yung naturang motion. Naturang proposal ordinance.
So, do we have to tackle this right now, Honorable Ramos?
Hinihiling ko po na ma-approve po ito.
So, at this point, ating pong tinatalakay na mag-declare ng holiday sa pagsapit ng ating kapistahan o arawan ng ating Poon St. Thomas Aquinas dahil karamihan sa mga kumpanya ay humihingi na sipit na maaga upang malaman nila na kung ang March 7 ay may declare ng holiday. So yun ay pinaghahandaan ng mga kumpanya at magdo-double pay kasi ang mga magagawa natin. So there's a motion from Honorable Cristiano Ramos for the approval of this draft resolution number 2014-0271. Any second? Okay, seconded by all members of the Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft resolution, resolution declaring March 7, 2014 as official non-working holiday in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas is now approved. Mr. Secretary, after the approval or please send this copy to the Chief Executive Mayor Edna Sanchez.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer.
So letter B, draft resolution number 2014-0272, resolution encouraging all business establishments to participate in the municipal white fiesta sale on March 7 as part of the 2014 Santo Tomas fiesta activities. So we will tackle this by next week because the author of this resolution is absent. So we go now to letter D. Draft Resolution number 2014-0274. Resolution requesting the local chief executive under Honorable Edna P. Sanchez to kindly grant separation benefit to all three-term barangay chairman, Honorable Danilo Mabilangan and Honorable Renate Arcillas. Yes, Honorable Arcillas.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ito pong draft resolution number 2014-0274, isa pong resolusyong last ako po talagang magbibigay ng honor o kaya ay parangal sa mga kapitan na nakatapos ng 3 termino, na para po magkaroon po tayo ng idea ay hinihiling po sa ating ginoong kalihim na makikibasa po yung laman ng naturang resolusyon.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, please.
Draft Resolution number 2014-0274, resolution requesting the local chief executive, Honorable Edna P. Sanchez, to kindly grant separation benefit to all three-termer barangay chairmen. Whereas at present, the barangay chairmen who happen to end their term of office are not receiving any separation benefit from the municipal government of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas a separation benefit amounting to 10,000 per barangay chairman in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas serves as a token to their known achievements, accomplishments, and influence in the municipality. Whereas the Sangguniang Bayan of Santo Tomas felt it is appropriate to grant a 10,000 pesos separation benefit to barangay chairmen who finished their 3rd term in the public office. Now, therefore, I move for the approval of this resolution.
Yes, Honorable Tom Reyes.
Yes, this resolution proposed by our two good councilors from San Francisco and San Luis. I just remember on my first term having the same kind of resolution. So actually it was 50,000 that we were trying to give the barangay captains. So maybe I don't know if they had studied the past resolutions or whatever, but the 10,000 that we're proposing would be very, manageable. Hopefully, our good mayor finds it in her heart to grant the small token that we're trying to produce. But anyways, in the first, when Mayor Atong was the mayor then, we were lobbying to give it to those barangay captains who worked hard, and for it didn't happen. So hopefully at this time it would. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Well, at this point, I may refer this to draft resolution to this committee on ways and means for funding. So please invite the chairman or the head of the accounting department so that we can know if there will be excess fund for this resolution. Maybe it was not given on the time of Mayor Tom Federico. Maybe it's too high,
Right.
or to be.
Right.
At this point, I refer this to your committee for further study.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. One more thing that I would point out. We have a municipal ordinance granting specific amounts to people that made Santo Tomas proud, meaning those singers, international singers who had won our Binibining Santo Tomas, who had won also. We have an ordinance granting a specific amount for these people. Maybe this is the time to have to sit down with the accounting department, with the executive side, so we could really, pinpoint how much we're going to be giving to people that deserves it.
Okay, you consolidate all these what you call rewards or to this the last termer and to those give right to our municipal Santo Tomas.
Okay.
Then you can invite the administrator
Sure.
and the accountant.
Sure. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Honorable Reyes and Honorable Mabilangan.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Dapat nga lang po nang bigyan po natin ng benepisyo yan po mga barangay captain na matagal na naglingkod sa kanilang barangay. bakit hindi po natin isama ito pong ating Sangguniang Bayan? Halimbawa po yung 3 term na Vice Mayor o makatapos ng term na konsihal, bakit
Pwede natin.
isama po sa exclusive niya?
Well, we do have terminal names and GSIS. I think that's enough for this compensation to be given to the members. We are looking for the legality of giving compensation to all 3-termers. Maybe we could put it also on our agenda, Honorable Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Just to answer the inquiry of our good councilor from San Francisco, I just want to let him know that since he's going to be a 3rd-termer councilor, he did a wonderful job.
Yeah.
The Philippine Councilors League under the District of Batangas, the province of Batangas actually has money coming to him after his 3rd term. And this, we're working on the, giving retroactive payment. Every year that you serve as a councilor, you'll be getting a certain amount. So, Councilor Danny expects some money from the Philippine Councilors League.
Suggest Municipal Mayor to provide funds for the construction of lawn tennis court in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Honorable Cristiano Ramos Jr.
Magandang umaga po, Mr. Presiding Officer sa mga kasama. Inaakala ko po na ito isang magandang bagay para po naman ng ating mga kabataan ay may iba pong pagkakabalang sport maliban po sa basketball. Kaya po hinihiling ko na sa ating mahal na sekretary na basahin po ang resolution na ito.
Mr. Secretary, please.
Resolution requesting Honorable Edna P. Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to provide funds for the construction of a lawn tennis court in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas the Sangguniang Bayan recognizes the vital role of the youth in shaping the future of the next generation. Whereas it is important that the youth is guided by a proper perspective as to prevent them from indulging into vices that can ruin their future. Whereas the sports program is an effective way of motivating the youth to put their time, energy, and resources to endeavors that can enhance their capabilities and polish their potentials. Whereas there are growing numbers of tennis enthusiasts in the municipality and in need of tennis facility to further improve their skills.
Honorable Ramos.
Sa tingin ko po ay napakaganda po nitong resolusyon na to para po sa hindi lang po sa ating mga kabataan kundi dun po sa ating mga katandaan na ano po naman natin ito yung marami pong may hilig sa larong tennis. Kaya sana po ay hinihiling ko po ito sa ating mga kasama na ito po ay ma-approve.
Honorable Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Same thing with this draft resolution. We had a resolution similar to this. I sponsored it before because I myself enjoy playing tennis. Councilor Boy is really right on the point of insisting that we should have a tennis court here. But we had gotten some problems with creating a tennis court here in our municipality kasi we don't have anywhere to put it, number one. And those people who are actively playing tennis in San Antonio, they actually go all the way down to Greenfields to play tennis. But maybe it's about time that we all put our heads together. Maybe we could ask our good mayor, Edna Sanchez, to actually provide an area for us so we could play tennis for the youth, like what Councilor Boy had said. Thank you.
Well, as for me, you can convert this basketball court in front of our municipality. It's a bigger basketball court. So, ang tingin ko, para sa mayaman lang siguro ito. Kasi you have to buy a raketa. So, at this point, you made this resolution. Any motion, Honorable Ramos?
Hinihiling ko po sa ating mga kasama na ito ay ma-approve.
Okay, there's a motion from Honorable Cristiano Ramos for the approval of this resolution. Any second? Okay, seconded by the majority members of the members present. This draft resolution toward by Cristiano Ramos Resolution number 2014-0275. Resolution requesting Honorable Eda Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to provide funds for the construction of lawn tennis court in the municipality of Santo Tomas is now approved. So, letter F, draft resolution number 2014-0276, resolution requesting Honorable Eda P. Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to kindly provide funds for the conversion of the manual traffic lights system to digital traffic light system located at the intersection of Maharlika Highway fronting the Jollibee. Alam niyo, napakaganda nitong resolution to. Nung ko pa nire-request sa GSO na i-repair yung ating ang ating sira yung traffic lights. Pero until now, hindi pa nagpapunction yan. Honorable Alexander Guevara, please.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Secretary, pakibasa lang po ng ating draft resolution number 2014-0276.
Mr. Secretary, please.
Resolution requesting Honorable Edna P. Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to kindly provide funds for the conversion of the manual traffic light system to digital traffic light system located at the intersection of Maharlika Highway fronting Jollibee. Whereas it is the duty of the municipal government to promote the general welfare of its constituents. Whereas a well-managed traffic situation is a vital tool in ensuring road order and safety. Whereas the traffic light system along the intersection of Maharlika Highway fronting Jollibee has been instrumental in providing traffic order to motorists traversing the said busy thoroughfare. Whereas the provision of a digital traffic light system in lieu of the present manual traffic light system will further boost the efficient traffic management in the area.
Honorable Alexander Guevara, what is the focus of this problem? Since you are the author of this converting these traffic lights from manual to digital, this is a very, very good resolution since we have to keep problem with these traffic lights. Will you focus the immediate repair of this traffic lights problem? Any motion, Honorable Guevara?
Thank you, Mr. Ito pong resolution nito ay kailangan talaga dapat may sagawa ng ating pamanang bayan. Kasi unang-una, tuwing umaga, pag ako'y pumapasok dito sa munisipyo, hindi ako basta makakaliwa. At sira yung sign ng left turn dito sa may harap ng Jollibee. So, pag minsan, walang ilaw. So, mas ano na ngayon kasi ang palakaran na ngayon ng lights na yan, yung mga digital, yung advanced, anticipated mo agad kung paano ka move kasi nandun yung numbers, alam mo kung paano ka mag-didiretso, kakaliwa. So, pati yung harap ng lianas kung tutusin, dapat meron dun sa may intersection. So, isa lang naman ang ating traffic lights dito So, siguro hindi naman ito mabigat para bigyan pansin ng ating manapunong bayan. Kasi, Councilor Noel Ascanio, paulit-ulit na sinasabi itong traffic lights na ito. Isang Edwin Ascanio, paulit-ulit. So, ngayon, tumawag nga ako sa ating staff na igawa ko ng resolution ito para naman mabigyan pa siya ng agad ito at gaya nga ng inyong nasabi ay tututukan ho natin itong traffic lights.
Yes, since na malapit na yung first quarter, may subject for bidding. So, work on job sa ating engineering department na mag-programa. Kasi tapos ko na yung gumagawa ng CCTV. Yung nagre-repair din ng CCTV natin. Ang sabi niya sa akin, wala daw order pa sa kanya. But he can make it. He can, ma-project lang to. So, Honorable Alexander Guevara.
Kaya nga po, yung resolution po ito, hinihiling ko na ma-aproban.
Okay, there's a motion from Honorable Alexander Guevara for the approval of this resolution. Any second? Okay, seconded by majority members of the Sangguniang Bayan members present. For the approval of this draft resolution number 2014-0275 resolution requesting Honorable Edna P. Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to provide funds for the constructions for the conversion of the manual traffic light system to digital traffic light system located at the intersection of Maharlika Highway fronting Jollibee is now approved. Mr. Secretary, what happened to this resolution sent to the Jollibee about this traffic outpost? Did you send this resolution?
Yes, Your Honor. We will make a follow-up so this time, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Secretary. So we go now to letter G. Draft resolution number 2014-0277. Resolution requesting Honorable Edna Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to kindly provide funds for the construction of Farm to Market Road connecting Barangay San Fernando and Barangay Santa Clara to Santo Tomas, Batangas. The same as draft resolution number 2014-02778, resolution requesting for the funding of Farm to Market Road connecting to Barangay San Fernando to Barangay Santa Clara. This was addressed to Mayor Edna Sanchez, and the other one is addressed to Governor Vilma Santos, the Governor of Province of Batangas. Honorable Alexander Guevara Renante Asillas.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Actually, ito po ay isinagawa namin ni Honorable Ante Arcillas. Sa katunayan nga po ni San Linggo, napagtalakayan po namin ito. Ito pong resolution nito. Mr. Secretary, pakisyon na pakibasa na po.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, please.
Resolution requesting Honorable Edna P. Sanchez, Municipal Mayor, to kindly provide funds for the construction of a Farm to Market Road connecting Barangay San Fernando and Barangay Santa Clara, Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas it is the trust of the municipal government to promote sustainable agricultural development in the municipality. Whereas Farm to Market Road is an essential component in achieving said goal, ensuring the smooth and timely delivery of farm produce to market. Whereas our farmers, constituents of both barangays, especially those residing in the Marino mines, are clamoring for a convenient way to transport their agricultural products to the market. Whereas as such, this resolution is humbly requested to our municipal mayor in support to the proposed undertaking for the benefit of those farmers and agricultural products traders.
The other one, Mr. Secretary, about the address to Governor Vilma Santos.
Resolution requesting Honorable Rosa Vilma S. Recto, Governor, Province of Batangas, to kindly provide funds for the construction of a Farm to Market Road connecting Barangay San Fernando and Barangay Santa Clara, Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas it is the trust of the municipal government to promote sustainable agricultural development in the municipality. Whereas the Farm to Market Road is an essential component in achieving said goal, ensuring the smooth and timely delivery of farm produce to market. Whereas our farmers, constituents of both barangays, especially those residing in the Marina Mines area, are clamoring for a convenient way to transport the agricultural products to the market. Whereas, as such, this resolution is humbly requested to our provincial governor in support to the proposed undertaking for the benefit of those farmers and agricultural products traders.
Ang pagkalan po, itong may programa, may budget na naman, hindi lang tinuloy because of the hearing barangay officials. So at this point, since okay na siguro, then we can approve this resolution. Yes, Honorable Renate Arcillas.
Karagdagan din lang po, kasi po, ang sangguniang barangay din po ng Santa Clara ay lumapit na po sa atin sa posibleng pagkakaroon po ng pag-aaral doon po sa naturang lugar ng Marina Mines na posible pong maging isang tourist destination din po. Kung halimbawa po kung posible pa na magkaroon ng karagdagang content yung ating resolusyon na yung pong ating pong kalsadang hinihiling ay para din po mapaayos ang kalsada para po sa posibleng maging tourist destination yung lugar na yun po. Kasi kung tutusin po, yung Marina Mines po ay napakarami pong masasabi nating full of history and basta dahil po nung panahon ng Hapon, sa Japan ngayon po itinayo ng mga kwarto-kwarto, mga garrison ng mga Hapones. Kaya posible po bukod po doon sa farm to market na rason para sa kalsadang yun ay yung pong site pa rin po ng turismo. Kaya hinihiling ko po kasama po ni Konsehal Umbay Guevara ang pag-aproba sa resolution ito.
Honorable Guevara, please.
Thank you. Dagdag po dun sa sinabi ni Conselante. Kung inyong matatandaan ang Mr. Presiding Officer, ang istorya ng Barangay San Fernando, Santa Clara, pagdating po dun sa sinasabi po nating boundary dispute ng lupain ng Santa Clara, San Fernando. So, noong ako at panahon ng kapitan si Kapitang Idong Maldia,
Yes.
hindi niya maipagawa yung pondong nanggaling sa kaya Congresswoman Vicky kasi ang gusto niya ay ilahat yung pondo doon sa the whole lot of the barangay road. Kasi kung inyo pong ilulocate sa ating tax map doon po sa ating makikita po, nadidetermine nyo po yung boundary ng Barangay Santa Clara doon po sa gitna ng kalsada ng Marina Mines. So hindi naman pwedeng ipasimento ni dati punong barangay Edong Maldia yung magkabiyak kasi hindi pwedeng simentohan ng DPWH na i-concrete yung kalsada ngayon kasi intended for barangay San Fernando lamang, yung pong funds na magagaling kay Congresswoman. So, kaya ang nangyari, na-realign po yung budget para sa kanal. Sa dami ng nanungkulan po, huwag naman mamasamain, andyan po si Bukal Maloles, andyan po yung mga nanungkulan sa amin, mga taga-amin, ako sa kasalukuyan sa ngayon. Ito ay talagang napakatagal na. Kaya siguro sa pamamagitan nitong aming pinagsama ni Conselante na ito ay baka naman mabibigyan pansin ng ating bayan at ng ating gobernadora na ito ay magawa sapagkat kung ito ho ay may didiretso hanggang sa Calabarzon Road at kung kayo ay magagawin sa kasalukuyan sa ngayon from Santa Cruz going to Fiesta Mall, from Santa Cruz going to Alaminos, mag-exit po kayo sa may palita, halos more than 50%, I think that is almost 70% of the total lot area of the roads are concreted. So, ito ay kung atin yung ifo-forecast natin, itong roads na ito, ay malaki ho ang tulong doon sa mga neighboring barangays. Lalo na nabanggit nga ni Conselante na yung pong aming barangay ay talaga namang ito ay pinamugaran ng Hapon. Libo-libong Hapon ang nanirahan sa aming kabundukan, diyan po sa Mount Maliponyo, at diyan nga po yung matatagpuan nyo ang napakaraming kuwebang ospital ng mga Hapon na pinagtaguan. Kaya po yung intention ni Conselante na siguro meron siyang good intention na maging tourist spot, baka nga mangyari in the long run. Kaya ito pong resolution na to ay hinihiling po namin na sana maprobahan.
So, since you have a good intention of both of you for the improvement of this area, I may suggest now you draft again another resolution addressed to Secretary Singsuan. So, to fully cemented this road. So, will you please, upon approval, please go to the engineering department for the program of works and how much will be funded on this cementing of road. Yes, Honorable Reyes.
Yes, since you're asking them to write another letter to DPWH,
Yes.
I suggest our good councilor, who's the chairman on tourism, try to get a hold of those people from the Historic Commission and then stating the good intention in his heart to finally have like what you call a military tourism here in Santo Tomas to initiate, maybe with their recommendation to DPWH and then to our mayor, yung dream ng ating good councilor Ante might finally come true. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking both of them to draft again another resolution addressed to Secretary Rogelio Singson for stating that this area was the garrison of the Japanese at the time of World War II. So there's a motion from Honorable Renate Arcillas and Honorable Alexander Guevara for the approval of this resolution. Is there any second? Okay, seconded by all members, majority members of the Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft resolution number 2014-0277 and 2014-0278, resolution requesting Honorable Edna Sanchez and Honorable Governor Vilma Santos for the construction of Farm to Market Road connecting Barangay San Fernando and Barangay Santa Clara, Santo Tomas, Batangas, now approved. Letter I, draft resolution number 2014-0279, resolution requesting Honorable Albert F. Del Sario, Secretary Department of Foreign Affairs, to extend their mobile passporting services to the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Honorable Primo Bathan.
Good morning, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Good morning.
Under Resolution 2014-0279, nihiling kong basahin po ng ating Secretary.
Mr. Secretary, please.
Resolution requesting Honorable Albert F. Del Rosario, Secretary, Department of Foreign Affairs, to extend their mobile passporting services to the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas it is the duty of the Sangguniang Bayan to enact ordinances and approve resolutions that will foster the general welfare of its constituents. Whereas the Department of Foreign Affairs has an existing mobile consular services program intended for the different municipalities in the country. Whereas the mobile consular services program includes mobile passporting, passport renewal, and introduction of various government programs that concerns overseas Filipino workers and their families. Whereas this mobile passporting and renewal services will expedite the releasing of passport, it will eliminate rigorous processes that take place in applying or renewing passport in the regular way. Whereas by availing this extension program, there is no need for our constituents to submit their passport application to the regional offices of the Department of Foreign Affairs. As such, it will save them considerable amount of money, precious time, and effort. Whereas, as of this time, many of our constituents are in need of passport, and this kind of program of the government, particularly the Department of Foreign Affairs, is very timely.
Napakaganda ng resolution na ginawa ni Honorable Primo Batan. Talaga napakahirap gumawa ng passport at sobrang dami ng pila. So this will ease the problem on seeking for passporting. Yes, Honorable Elmotion, Honorable Primo Batan.
Napakaganda po ng reso po natin to. Dahil ito po ay nire-request ko po sa ating Honorable Albert Del Rosario, Secretary of Department. Sapagkat ang DFA ay mayroong mobile consular service program para sa atin po mga kababayan. Sapagkat ang mobile consular service kasama ang mobile passport renewal at relasyon sa OFW ng kanilang mga pamilya. Kaya ito po ay napakaganda, kaya inihiling ko po sa aking mga kasama na ito po ay ma-aprobahan.
There's a motion from Honorable Primo Batan for the approval of this resolution. Any second? Okay, seconded by all members of the Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft resolution number 2014-0279, resolution requesting Honorable Albert Del Rosario, Secretary, Department of Foreign Affairs, to extend the mobile passporting services to the municipality of Santo Tomas now approved.
So we go to the high schools in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas the municipal government recognizes the indispensable role of the private sector and corporate foundations as its able partner in promoting the general welfare of its constituents. Whereas it is the trust of the municipal government to advance the cause of education among its constituency. Whereas the Makati Development Corporation, the construction firm of Ayala Corporation, has been an active entity in communities where it operates through its housing, education, environment, and disaster assistance or HEAD program. Whereas the donation of computer units to public high schools in the municipality will be a welcome development in boosting computer education among our student constituents. As such, this resolution is humbly requested.
Yes, Honorable Danny Mapilangan.
Hinihiling ko po ito na ma-aprobahan na. At ito naman pong Makati Development Corporation may mga property dito sa Totomas. Kaya sa tingin ko po tayo po ipabibigyan po nito.
Okay. There's a motion from Honorable Danilo Mapilangan for the approval of this resolution. And a second. Seconded by all members of the Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft resolution number 2014-0281, resolution requesting Makati Development Corporation Incorporated to kindly donate computer units to public schools in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas is now approved. So letter I, draft resolution number 2014-0282, resolution requesting Honorable Vilma Santos Recto, Governor of Province of Batangas, to kindly provide 750 monoblock chairs to the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Honorable Primo Patan.
And thus draft resolution 2014-0282 ay hinihiling ko pong basahin po ng ating sekretary.
Mr. Secretary, please.
Resolution requesting Honorable Vilma Santos Recto, Governor, Province of Batangas, to kindly provide 750 monoblock chairs to the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Whereas it is the trust of the municipal government to provide its constituents various equipment that can contribute to their benefit. Whereas said monoblock chairs will be distributed to the 30 barangays of Santo Tomas for different purposes. Whereas the barangay officials are regularly conducting meetings and programs that involves the citizens of their community. Whereas it is necessary that every barangay should have the complete office materials such as monoblock chairs to be able to serve their constituents properly.
Yes, Honorable Primo Patan.
Alam po ninyo, Mr. Presiding Officer, ang monoblock po ay kailangan po ng mga barangay. Higit sa lahat, lalo na po pagka sila ay nagpapamiting. Kaya naisipan ko po na mag-request sa atin pong Governor Vilma Santos na sana ay makahingi po ng 750 monoblock para kahit tig 25 man lamang na monoblock may bigay sa bawat barangay. Kaya hinihiling ko po na sana ito po ay maaprobahan ng ating mga kasama.
There's a motion from Honorable Primo Patan for the approval of this resolution. Any second? Okay, seconded by all members of this August body present. Resolution number 2014-0282, resolution requesting Honorable Vilma Santos Recto, Governor of Province of Batangas, to kindly provide 750 monoblock chairs to the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas, now approved. Okay, we go on to the committee reports. Draft number letter A, draft ordinance number 2014-020. An ordinance strengthening clinics in the public, elementary and secondary schools in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. We are now on this fourth reading of this ordinance. Honorable Alexander Guevara.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Secretary, pakibasa po ng ating committee report.
Mr. Secretary, please.
Committee Report number 2014-057 to Honorable Ferdinand M. Ramos, Presiding Officer. We have the honor to submit our report for consideration, adoption, and approval of this body. Subject draft ordinance number 2013-020, an ordinance strengthening clinics in public elementary schools in the municipality of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Said matter was referred before this committee for review, appropriate action, and recommendation. The committee conducted a meeting regarding this matter on January 24, 10 a.m. at the Sangguniang Bayan office. The subject ordinance has not been tackled due to the absence of the authors. As such, it is reset for another committee hearing next week.
So this will be tackled for another committee hearing by next week.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, letter B. The ordinance number 2014-024, this Gender and Development Code of Santo Tomas, Batangas, Honorable Alexander Guevara.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Nito pong nakaraang linggo, napagtalakay po namin ang patungkol po dito sa Gender and Development Code of Santo Tomas, sapagkat ang ating pong pamanambayan ay wala nga pong koda patungkol po dito. Kahit po sabihin natin meron po tayo national law, so inalam po natin ang kahalagahan ng God para sa karapatan ng mga ating mga kababayan. Yung po mga covered pong bylaws po dito ay kasama ko po dito si ating pong kagalang-galang Tom Reyes and Danny Mabilangan. So nandun din po ang ating pong head po ng ating MSWD, si Roslyn. So tinalaki po natin kung saan ba manggagaling yung nga po tinatawag nating pondo para po dito sa God na to. At ito nga po ay talagang kinalaro nga natin at by law, mandatory po yung 5% ng ating general fund para po dito. Inalam din po natin sino ba ang departamento ang allowed na mabigyan ng pondong ganito. So napag-usapan namin na allowed din po ang ibang departamento kung sino po yung mga nagsasamit sa budget nila, yun po ang ating nabibigyan ng budget sa mga departamento. So, ganun din po ang mahalaga rito ay may tatag po natin yung pong ating municipal council para sa yung composition para po sa GAD, at yan nga po ay nakasaad nga po diyan yung ating head ay ang ating municipal mayor, at yan nga po yung iba nating department heads. At ito nga po ay marami ang pinagagamitan po nito, kaya po ito ay matagal na rin po nating tinatalakay, at sa pagkakataon po ito ay hinihiling ko na ang ordinansang ito ay ma-aprobahan.
So do you have the committee report, Honorable?
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Secretary, pakibasa lang po.
Okay, Mr. Secretary, please.
Committee Report number 2014-058 to Honorable Ferdinand M. Ramos, Presiding Officer. Dear Honorable Ramos, we have the honor to submit our committee report for consideration, adoption, and approval of this August body. Subject draft ordinance number 2013-023, the Gender and Development Code of Santo Tomas, Batangas. Background: said subject matter was referred before this committee for review, appropriate action, and recommendation. The committee conducted a meeting regarding this matter on January 24, 2014, 10 a.m. the Sangguniang Bayan office. Findings: 1. That the objective of this ordinance is to promote women empowerment, gender equality, women's rights, human rights, and gender-responsive development as indispensable social intervention in the task of building a progressive yet peaceful and harmonious community. 2. That the funding of this ordinance shall come from 5% of general fund of the municipality. That the said fund is divided into two categories, namely client focus and employment focus, which involve frontline department and human resources. 4. That all departments of the municipal government are required to submit their gender and development plan. 5. It is mandated that every barangay shall appropriate funds for the gender and development plan. Recommendation: in view thereof, considering the importance of this ordinance to the overall gender and development in the municipality, the committee recommends that this ordinance be approved.
Since this is an ordinance, I will divide the House. Okay, who are in favor for the approval of this ordinance, draft ordinance number 2014-024, Gender and Development Code of Santo Tomas Batangas? Please raise your right hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All members present voted in favor, Your Honor.
So since this is unanimously approved by all members of the Sangguniang present, this draft resolution, ordinance number 2014-024, Gender and Development Code of Santo Tomas Batangas is now approved. Okay, letter C. Draft ordinance number 2014-025, Child and Youth Welfare Code of Santo Tomas Batangas, Honorable Alexander Guevara.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Secretary, pakibasa po ng draft ordinance number 2013-025 yung pong committee report. Thank you.
Committee report number 2014-059 to Honorable Ferdinand M. Ramos, Presiding Officer. Dear Honorable Ramos, we have the honor to submit our committee report for consideration, adoption, and approval of this august body. Subject draft ordinance number 2013-025, an ordinance providing for children's survival, development, special protection, security, and participation, and establishing a comprehensive child support system, otherwise known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code of Santo Tomas Batangas, and other purposes. Background: said subject matter was referred before this committee for review, appropriate action, and recommendation. The committee conducted a meeting regarding this matter on January 24, 2014, 11 a.m. at the Sangguniang Bayan Office. Findings: 1. That the objective of the ordinance is to ensure the protection of the rights, provide security to the existence, and institute programs for the development of the potentials of every child. 2. That ordinance shall endeavor the creation of the Santo Tomas Batangas Council for the welfare of the children in the municipality. 3. That there shall be the creation of Barangay Council for the protection of children in every barangay in the municipality. 4. That for the effective and efficient implementation of this ordinance, the municipal government may regularly appropriate funds not less than 5% of its annual budget. Recommendation in view thereof, considering the importance of this ordinance and the adequate protection of the rights of our children in the municipality, the committee is recommending for its approval.
Okay, again, since this is an ordinance, we will divide the House or go to votation. Proceed with the votation. Okay, who are in favor for the approval of this ordinance number 2014-025, Child and Youth Welfare Code of Santo Tomas Batangas? Please raise your right hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 voted in favor, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, unanimously approved by all members of the Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft ordinance number 2014-025, the Child and Youth Welfare Code of Santo Tomas Batangas is now approved. Okay, letter D. Draft ordinance number 2014-028, an ordinance institutionalizing a dengue prevention and control program, requiring all residents of Santo Tomas Batangas to strengthen fights against dengue and providing penalties for violations thereof. Honorable Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer, I want to thank those councillors who attended that committee meeting last week. Even our municipal doctor was there. That was very helpful in providing data. Apparently, in the municipality of Santo Tomas, for the last 5 years, we're in the top 2 or top 3 every year of dengue cases. We have several deaths in our community. What happens with our municipality is that we don't plan ahead. What we do most of the time, when we see the problem, that's when we react. Now, this is about time to integrate what you call a comprehensive dengue fight for the municipality of Santo Tomas. It's not like we do resolutions every 3 months saying, oh, there's dengue, and then that's when we act. So we're trying to do an ordinance that our municipality would have a budget for it. And since I'm the chairman on appropriations, I'm lobbying this to the executive that it's about time that they do implement this comprehensive program, ordinance to fight dengue. We're going to be integrating the new technologies now that's available in the market, which is not just the schools are going to be affected, even daycare centers. This is integrating what the Department of Health is actually sponsoring. These are like screens. Every 6 months, you dip a really thin screen, and then it's good for 6 months. So we will be putting this in the schools, daycare centers. What the problem with our municipality is sometimes every time we do misting, they don't know that it goes to the other neighbor. So it's just a cycle every time. So with this ordinance, every barangay, no matter if you have cases of dengue, no matter if you have reports of dengue cases, it's going to be integrated year-round program. So finally, we would not be nakashackle with this fight against dengue. So I asked this through the Committee on Health, through appropriations, that my fellow Sangguniang Bayan members pass this ordinance. It's for the future of Santo Tomas. Thank you very much.
Do you have this committee report, Honorable Reyes?
Sure. It's like 11 pages. Do you want me to just summarize it? I summarized it already, what I have to mention. But anyways, Dr. Mayuga was there, Menro, engineering, because it's an integral part. Every department, especially Menro, we would do the misting with the screen, but Menro would actually monitor. So we would be implementing fines for those people who doesn't follow in terms of cleanliness. Ang dengue po kasi, pagka hindi natin, marami po kasi tayong mga kababayan dito sa bayan ng Santo Tomas. Ang nangyayari, may nagwawalis yan. Magpapatawag ang kapitan na magwalis. Wala pong sumusunod sometimes. So we would assign one person in each barangay na nagwawalis talaga. Naalala niyo po ba nung panahon ni Ferdinand Marcos? Meron tayong tinatawag na mga Metro 8 ba yun? So every time baka mag-domino effect na mapahiya naman yung iba na linisin. Kasi dengue starts from cleanliness. Yung tapat mo, linis ko, it's all gone. And I know our municipal mayor, with the help of our vice mayor, wants Santo Tomas to go back to yung ating sikat na sikat tayo dahil sa cleanliness, nananalo tayo ng mga awards. Kasi malinis. So it's integrated through dengue and the environmental cleanliness.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Reyes. Then I was just curious about this ordinance. Who will be penalized and who will be the violators?
The violators, it stated on the committee report that, example, sinabihan na kayo na tanggalin yung mga gulong na may tubig, tapos hindi mo pa tatanggalin, you would be warned. There's several warnings. Ang mag-implement po nito, Mr. Presiding Officer, ang ating Metro po. Through them, they would monitor houses and stuff, the environment, if they're violating it. There's several warnings before there's actually penalties.
Well, definitely, these informal settlers or these squatters will be penalized. Definitely.
Right.
Sapagkat sa aking nakikita, ay mostly nariyan ng mga laziness o mga tamad na mga naninirahan because they were informal settlers or mga squatters na mahirap sumunod sa ating mga programa. Kung anong nakikita natin, Ang isang magulang dyan, ang anak ay 10, 12, 14. So makikita natin ang klase ng pamumuhay ng mga nasa area yan. So, once na nag-commit hindi ba sabihin, pagkasakit ang ilan sa anak nila, then you will implement this penalty.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I think you got the ordinance all wrong. We're penalizing people for not cleaning their environment.
Yeah.
But those people that you're mentioning about those squatters or they're still part of Santo Tomas. Actually, itong ordinansang to para sa kanila din, para hindi ho sila magkasakit. Pero yung sinasabi nyo dun sa mga what do you call this, na sila yung magbabayad, this is about time that we ask them to cooperate with our municipality kasi ipapakahirap tayo ditong magtrabaho para sa kanila. Kung hindi po sila susunod, several warnings. There's actually 3 warnings before you actually get penalized. But this ordinance, talaga pong para doon sa mga mahihirap. Dahil sila po ang pupunta dito sa ospital, yun pala stage 3 na, hindi natin maagapan. Pero itong dengue pong ito, with this ordinance, it's gonna strengthen cleanliness, health watch natin for our constituent. Yun lang po. Pero if you want the detailed Committee on Health, the Secretary is here to read each and every aspect of the committee report, which is 11 pages.
Okay, shall we ask only the 11 pages? Shall we ask only the penalty clause
Okay.
that will be issued on those violators? I just want to hear the penalty clause, Mr. Secretary.
Yeah.
Under Article 4, Penal Provision, Section 1, Penal Provision, any person who shall violate, disobey, refuse, omit, or neglect, including implementors, to comply with any of the provision of these rules and regulations shall be guilty of misdemeanor and shall be punished by A. First offense, rendering of community service for not less than 10 days. B. Second offense, payment in the amount of less than 1,000. Third offense, imprisonment for a period not exceeding 6 months and or fine not exceeding 2,500 or both, depending upon the discretion of the court. That's the penal provision, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay. Motion, Honorable Cabrales.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. Actually, it sounds very tough, yung penalties natin. Pero if we don't do anything about it, pwede nating pamurahin to o pahabain natin yung community service. Pero it's about, it's a political will. If we tell these people na mga transients dito na ayan, huwag kayong magkakalat yan, magiging mas malinis, especially in poblasyon, dun sa mga riles, susunod sila sa ating mga gagawin. Hindi ito para pahirapan sila, ito ay para bantayan natin. So, I'm motioning...
Excuse me, Honorable Reyes. How about ang narito yung mga nagdumi or dito tinamaan at maraming mga lamok sa lugar nito, lumipat sa ibang barangay.
That's the point that I made earlier, that I said that dahil wala nga tayong ganitong klaseng ordinansa, pagka tumawag ang isang barangay, sasabihin sa munisipyo, oy, mag-misting naman kayo dito o mag-fogging kayo dito sa amin, pag hindi nila alam, pagka sa Santa Clara, lilipat naman sa San Fernando, lilipat ngayon sa San Luis, paikot-ikot, pagka alis na po ng ilang araw dun sa Santa Clara, babalik na ulit. Ito pong programang ito is year-round program for all 30 barangays. So that's what we had through the appropriations with our municipal doctor and whatnot. We had come to a conclusion that it's about time. Kasi I invited the executive side, the Menro, everyone was so excited about this.
Well, the problem here, Honorable Reyes, is we have only 2 misting machines. As you have said, it should be done synchronized or sabay-sabay. So, what will happen kung hindi naman sabay-sabay sapagkat kailangan ay 30 barangays, sabay-sabay 30 barangays magpapaging. At kung isa lang barangay, nagpaging dito or nilisting, then lilipat sa ibang barangay.
Yeah, the point that you made is really one of those logical points
Yes.
that you made.
But it's true.
Yeah, it's true. That's why we have an ordinance doing a year-round. We have a consultant from the University of the Philippines who made the study. Before I even thought about this ordinance, I made my own study to prepare. Okay? So, ang sabi dito sa atin sa UP, apparently, 3 cases yan. May larvicide, may adolescent, and stuff like that. Dun pa lang sa pagkakitikita sila, they're gonna be annihilated already. Dumating din dito yung kaso na kailangan nating maglagay ng mga citronella para dun sa mga school. Kasi this is takot na takot dito ang mga lamok. Pero with this, yung point na sinasabi nyo na 2 lang yung fogging machine, it's part of the whole program with the municipality to acquire a little bit more. But what is important is we have a budget for it yearly, not asking our mayor for resolution after the fact that we have debts already. Since our mayor is a health practitioner, she was a nurse when she was working before, I'm sure with the program of the municipality, health, environment, pasok na pasok po itong ordinansang ito. It's about time kasi dadami pa po ang tao dito sa bayan ng Santo Tomas, wala tayong preventive measure. This year-round program, hold on, Councilor Ombay, with this year-round program is a program that's what you call an intensive fight, which means hindi lang po ito fogging. Kaya I had mentioned what DOH had suggested with the screen. So itong ordinansang ito, I don't know, any logical person, thinking about it, that we would have funding para sa health. You know what I mean? So anyways, hopefully the inquiry of the good presiding officer was answered with that question. Thank you very much.
Yes, Honorable Guevara.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Actually, itong ordinance ni Councilor to, napakaganda po nito. Kung i-generalize natin, isi-simplify natin itong buod ng kanyang ordinansa, sa simpleng bagay lamang ibig sabihin i-require ang mga barangay na maglinis. Ngayon,
as simple as that.
Ngayon, andito rin yung nakasabi dito, pati barangay, yung mga barangay officials, nire-require na linisin yung kanilang kapaligiran. Sa mixing pag-aaral dito, nakasaad dito yung kung halimbawa ang ating mga metro ay bumisita at bumaba sa mga barangay, nakita yung lugar na medyo marumi, sa palagay nila ay sinabihan muna kayo at winarning at sa susunod nilang balik, nabalikan kayo ay marumi, ay pwede ka nilang kasuhan. Kaya itong resolution nito ay itong ordinansa na ito ni Councilor Tomay para sa akin talaga napakaganda. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Ramos.
Sa akin din po, Mr. Presiding Officer, itong ordinansang ito ng ating mahal na Councilor Tom Reyes, talagang napakaganda. Ito lang naman parang yung ating mga kababayan, maturuan din natin talaga ng kalinisan ng ating mga barangay. Sapagkat makikinabang po rito, higit sa lahat, yung mga mahihirap natin mga kababayan. Ito yung ginagawa nga buong taon, napakaganda. Talaga ako'y bilib na bilib dito sa ating mahal na Councilor. Napakasipag at talagang ako talagang naghahanga niya ako talaga namang wala yatang sinabi na hindi makabuluhan. Ako'y nakikisa sapagkat tama nga po na may ngipin paminsan-minsan yung ating batas, yung ating mga ordinansang pinarating sa ating mga kababayan, para po naman talaga sila ay magsumunod sa kung ano po naman yung makakaganda para sa ating mga kababayan. Minsan nga po ay talagang hindi na po natin maalis, meron tayong mga kababayan na talagang medyo may katigasan po ng ulo, kahit na sabihin natin maglinis, hindi pa rin po sumusunod. Pero ito hindi lamang po sa isang barangay, dapat nagagawa ko din sa lahat po ng barangay buong taon. Kaya po, ako po'y nakikisa sa magandang hangarin po ng ating mahal na Councilor Tom Reyes. Yun lang po.
Okay, there's a motion. Honorable Arcelias.
Ito parang pagkakataon rin mo na mabanggit na ang panahon po natin nagbabago at yung po mga virus strains po na kumakalat sa paligid talagang nag-mutate na. Itong ordinansang ito ni Konsehal Tom Reyes ay talaga pong akin rin pong inaayunan dahil nga po ang ating pong dengue kung tutusin hindi na po siya lamang tuwing June, July, mga panahon ng tag-ulan. Nabanggit nga po ng Department of Health na yan po ay all year round na. Kaya kung ano man po ay naaayon po yung ordinansa upang yung pong mismong isang taunan o all year round na dengue ay makontrast o pamagitan rin po ng all year round na prevention. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, there's a motion from Honorable Tom Reyes for the approval of this ordinance. Again, this is an ordinance. We will divide the House or put it in votation. Okay, who are in favor for the approval of this draft ordinance number 2014-028, an ordinance institutionalizing dengue prevention and control program requiring all residents of Santo Tomas, Batangas to strengthen fights against dengue. Please raise your right hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All members present voted in favor of the ordinance.
Okay, all this draft ordinance since unanimously approved by all members present. This draft ordinance number 2014-028, an ordinance institutionalizing dengue prevention and control program requiring all residents of Santo Tomas, Batangas to strengthen fights against dengue and providing penalties for violations thereof is now approved. Okay, my advice for our constituents, beware. For this this ordinance is already approved. So, upon signing by the Mayor Chief Executive, this will be implemented. So, hinihiling ko na ang mga kababayan namin sa Santo Tomas ay maging maingat at maglinis ng kapaligiran upang hindi po kayo ma-penalize dito sa batas ni kagalang-galang Tom Reyes. Okay, next letter E. Balangkas ng Kautusan bilang 2014-027. Kautusan nagsususog sa Kautusan bilang 2005-002. Kautusan nagtatakda ng mga litindunin para sa pangasiwa na pagpasok sa nalolooban ng alinmang bundok na sakupan ng bayan ng Santo Tomas, Batangas. Honorable Villegas and Honorable Guevara.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Iniling ko po, Mr. Presiding Officer, na sa next week na lang po natin talakayin ang pasang ito.
Okay.
Thank you.
We go now on letter F. Draft Resolution number 2014-0225. Resolution approving kapasyahan bilang 07. Serie 2013 of Barangay Santa Cruz, Santo Tomas, Batangas, entitled isang resolusyon na naglalayong hilingin sa ating mahal na Bisel Kader Ferdinand Ramos na ibigay sa Sangguniang Barangay na Santa Cruz ang pamamahala sa Mountaineers. Honorable Yobo Villegas. Okay, this will be tackled next week. Letter G, Draft Resolution number 2014-0261, Resolution approving ordinance bilang 2014 of Barangay San Vicente, Santo Tomas, Batangas, entitled sa pagpapatupad na ordinansa at pagpapatibay ng kautusan na pagsingil ng 100 piso bawat makina or sewing machine sa pagkuha ng barangay business permit sa Barangay San Vicente, Santo Tomas, Batangas. Honorable Peter Thomas Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. We had the pleasure of conducting a committee meeting with the Barangay Captain of San Vicente. He meant it in a good manner to generate income in his barangay. So he figured that he could charge sewing machines and whatnot. But
the findings of our committee found that it was not appropriate due to when they do pay for business permit, it's a lot. It's a lot, meaning pangkalahatan po yung kanilang business permit na yung machines po, it's not part of what you have to be imposed for fees. Para katulad po ng mga construction companies, pagka po pumunta sila dito, sinasabi nila, meron kaming 2 pison, may 2 kaming truck, may 2 ganon. Same thing with a factory that has sewing machines. Kasi ang penalty pong iniisip, ang kanyang fee is like 100 pesos each. For me, as a business owner with the same kind of business, it would be very difficult nowadays because yung mga quota pools ngayon, ang liit-liit na po. Hindi ko nga alam kung paano pa nakaka-survive yung mga tahian ngayon kasi it all went to China and Vietnam. If a business owner, katulad po ng mga malalaking factories, libo po ang mga makina dyan sa loob. Pagka po i-charge pa natin, baka mag-alma po ang business sector, baka naman sabihin nila sumobra pag-charge natin. So, dun sa findings po, very receptive naman po ang barangay chairman ng San Vicente na naliwanagan siya na it would be kind of unfair for na mag-charge po ng 100 pesos. Go ahead.
May I know the reaction of Honorable Barangay Chairman Garcia upon denying his resolution?
Actually, like any other adult, he was very receptive to it. But he said that he'll try to find other ways to make sure that there's enough income in his barangay. So I encouraged him. I told him that if you need extra funding in your barangay, have a livelihood program that we could even ask the executive to facilitate. As long as it's gonna ang pakikinabang po kaya kanyang barangay, very receptive naman po si Kapitan. So sabi niya next year when he does the budgeting again for next year, he'll try to incorporate something with the business tax, with the machines and whatnot. And I said, no problem, we'll work it out with you.
So this is the effect of losing this wealth tax. For this every barangay who is covered by this wealth tax with this company. So they're cramming. They're looking for different ways to ensure that that we can find more budget for the barangays. But I pity those barangay chairmen for they lose their wealth tax. So what is the committee report? What is the content? May I know the committee report, Honorable Reyes?
Yes, we under the committee report, that particular resolution of the Barangay San Vicente was turned down due to lacking in merit in terms of charging it at this time. So we have to do further study, and I encourage the barangay captain to do so also. Thank you very much.
So this resolution number 2014 number 2014-027 is denied. So we go now to letter F. Draft resolution number 2014-0225, resolution approving kapasyahan bilang series of 2013 of Barangay Santa Cruz, Santo Tomas, Batangas. That the one? Letter G? Oh, letter H. Okay, sorry. Letter H, draft resolution number 2014-0262, resolution approving ordinance bilang 3, series of 2014 of Barangay San Vicente, entitled pagpapatupad ng kautusan ng pagpapatibay sa pagkuha ng barangay clearance sa bawat empleyado ng mga kumpanya sa sakupan ng Barangay San Vicente, Santo Tomas, Batangas. Honorable Peter Tom Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. I seconded the statement that you had made that these barangays, especially San Vicente, San Jose, Santa Elena, those 5 hosting geothermal energy is really having problems. And I'm really impressed with these barangay captains because they're looking for ways to help their constituents and their barangay. Anyways, we're still looking for solutions for those problems that they're having in this coming months and whatnot. Anyways, for this resolution that Captain Dave Garcia has submitted, the findings of the committee went well. That it's within his jurisdiction to charge. Kasi ang ipopromote lang po nitong kanyang resolution nito is yung peace and order. Kasi yung mga dadating po, lalong-lalo na po dun sa kanyang area, marami pong mga transient doon. Ngayon po, gagayahin niya po yung katulad sa ibang barangay sa Santiago po na magsasubmit. Actually, with the committee hearing, we suggested that lahat ng barangay magkaroon po ng computer. Yung computer po na po pwedeng picturean, hindi na po panahon ng mga paperworks ngayon. Pagdating nyo po, di ba, pagka tayo kukuha ng driver's license, pipicturean, tapos may data na doon. So dapat po siguro, lahat po ng mga barangay natin, pag kami magpapa-approve, pipicturean na doon, nasa database na natin. So it makes it a lot easier. Maybe in the beginning, medyo mag-i-invest tayo ng konti pera through a computer with a printer or whatnot. Pero in the long run, this is gonna help organize all the data of the barangay. So the findings and the recommendation is that it's within his jurisdiction to charge the 30 pesos like the other barangays is charging. And we recommend for this approval. Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Okay, this is a result of our POC meeting or Peace and Order Council meeting last 2 weeks ago. Therefore, to provide the copy of the barangay, all those transients or informal settlers, para to prevent any crimes or to lessen the crimen or sa crime sa nasasakupan ng mga barangay. So, there's a motion from Honorable Peter Camreyes for the approval of this draft resolution number 2014-0262. And a second. Okay, seconded by all members of Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft resolution number 2014-262, resolution approving ordinance number 1, series of 2014 of Barangay San Vicente, Santa Cruz, Batangas, entitled Pagpapatupad ng Ordinansa at Pagpapatibay ng Kautusan sa pagkuha ng barangay clearance sa bawat empleyado ng mga kumpanya na sasakupan ng Barangay San Vicente is now approved. So we go now to this draft resolution number 2014-0270. Resolution approving Barangay Ordinance number 2014 of Barangay Santa Teresita, Santo Tomas, Batangas, entitled Ordinance entailing 1,500 pesos barangay clearance or barangay business permit fee for all microfinancing banks rendering business in the barangay. Honorable Peter Camreyes.
Yes, with the committee report under the Ways and Means, had the pleasure of talking to Barangay Captain Maloles last week, and he had inquired about charging 1,500 for all microfinancing. And upon further study with our SB staff, they had found that it's actually being done in several barangays already. So yung mga microfinancing po dyan, huwag nyo pong masamain itong pagbubwis na to dahil ang inyo pong mga negosyo is generating funds. So it's about, okay lang po yan dahil yung pong buwis nyo ibabalik din naman namin sa inyo. Kaya huwag pong mamasamain ng mga microfinancing dyan. ang pagtataas ng buwis o pagcha-charge sa barangay Santa Teresita, I'm actually encouraging the other barangays to think about this resolution that Barangay Santa Teresita is getting an approval for. But yung findings po namin, actually, meron po itong parang hold on at the moment, pero we were approving it. Kasi sinabi po namin kay Kapitan, Mr. Presiding Officer, na magkaroon dapat siya ng public hearing dun sa kanyang nasasakupan. So, upon that, after that public hearing, we could actually recommend, that's the only thing that's missing on his resolution for the passing of this resolution. Thank you very much.
Well, how come you didn't ask Barangay San Vicente?
Actually, this is totally two different.
Okay.
Totally different resolution and ordinance. What do you mean, San Vicente? Mr. President?
They're also asking for clearance.
No. This is for microfinancing establishments.
Okay.
I think on the next page, Mr. Presiding Officer, you'll see it.
So we will tackle this for the next committee hearing, and we will ask for the report.
Yes. That's what the recommendation that the committee had given also, is to make a public hearing in his barangay. Thank you very much.
So we go on to this draft resolution number 2014-0284, resolution approving barangay ordinance number 14-02 of Barangay Santa Teresita of Santo Tomas, Batangas, entitled requiring all migrants to accomplish or fill out a personal information sheet. Honorable Peter Reyes.
Yes, same thing with Barangay San Vicente. We had that committee hearing, and according to the barangay captain, he has so many different transients from Quezon, from Bicol, those people who helps out in the tomato field. So he figured to help our municipality in terms of safety, public safety, he's requiring the same as San Vicente had proposed. Under our finding, we had recommended for the approval of this resolution.
Okay, there's a motion from Honorable Peter Reyes for the approval of this ordinance. Any second? Okay, seconded by all members of the Sangguniang Bayan present. This draft resolution number 2014-0284, resolution approving barangay ordinance number 2014-02 of Barangay Santa Teresita of Santo Tomas, Batangas, entitled Ordinance Requiring All Migrants to Accomplish or Fill Out a Personal Information Sheet is now approved. Okay, before we proceed with this privilege chart, may we ask the august body to draft a sympathy resolution or condolences to to the father of Honorable Yobi Villegas, who is Mr. Pepito Villegas, who passed away last Thursday. At kami tayo lahat ay pagpunta roon at makikipagdalamhati sa pagpanaw ng ama ng ating Social Yobi Villegas. Yes, Honorable Tom Reyes.
Yes, Mr. Presiding Officer. We attended the wake of the former councilor. Sabi nga sa PCL, once a councilor, always a councilor. So, dun po sa mga naiwan po ng ating si Claro Jauregue, kami po dito sa Sangguniang Bayan ay nakikiramay ulit sa inyo. At salamat po at kami inimbitahan nyo para mabigyan namin ng respeto ang ating yumaong si Claro Jauregue. Sa akin naman pong kanayon, sa aking lolo, kami po talagang taus-pusong nakikiramay sa inyo. At sana makakarating po kami dyan sa inyo. Anyways, yun lang po, Mr. Presiding Officer. Thank you very much.
Anybody? Honorable Primo Batan.
Kami po na dito po sa Sangguniang Bayan ay talagang lubos na nakikiramay po sa pagkamatay po ng ating dating former Konsyal Arong Jorge at sa kanyang pamilya. At dito po, labis din po pakikiramay natin dito po sa atin pong kasama si Konsyal Llobis doon po sa namatay na kanyang ama. Kaya lubos-lubos po pakikiramay natin lahat.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Batan. Honorable Alexander Guevara, any comment? Any words?
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Pinapabot ko po ang aking pakikiramay sa yumaong ama ni Consiel Joby Villegas. Thank you.
Salamat, Kaganagan Guevara. Honorable Renate Osiris.
Mr. Presiding Officer, ito pong pagkakataon ito ay akin rin pong bibigyan din po ang bukod po sa paghingi po ng pagbibigay po pugay sa yumaong Councilor Arong Jorge, tsaka po doon po sa ama ng ating pong kasamahan si Consiel Joby, ay ito po akin pong igagrab na rin yung opportunity na mabanggit po yung isang na-overheard ko naman pero na-confirm ko lang na kwento na dito pala ho sa ating munisipyo ay may case na nangyari po na yung isang empleyado na nakasimot ng pera dyan sa palengke, binalik pa lang yung pera do sa nakaiwan nito. Ang pangalan lang sa upo niya yung si Ariel ng Barangay San Pablong Nayon na nakatalaga sa Menro. Bagaman na yan po ay nabigyan na po ng parangal noong December, kasi nakita ko na sa Facebook na may ganun siyang poster, parang tinanong ko kung ano yon. Ariel Malyon po. Sabi niya daw po binigyan siya ng parangal ng executive. Ewan ko lang kung hindi natin nalaman.
Yes.
Parang ito lang po patunay na ang mabubuting tao ay kung umiral na noong unang panahon dito sa ating bayan, ayan po ay patuloy pa rin umiiral. Maraming salamat
So
po.
if you wish to drop on the resolution para maalaman naman ng mga kasama na meron tayong ganitong mga pagpaparangal, so it's up to you. So, Honorable Frank Christopher.
Ganon din po kami, Mr. Presiding Officer. Ako ay taos-pusong nakikidalamhati sa mga naiwan po ng ating dating konsyal na Arong Jorge sa kanyang pamilya, sa ating dating ding konsyal na si Cathy Jorge. Nakikiramay po ako, kami pong lahat dito sa Sangguniang at saka sa ating mong mahal at mabait na konsyal na si Lloby sa pagyao po ng kanyang mahal na ama. Kami po ay taos-puso na nakikidalamhati. Rest.
Yes, Honorable Danilo Mabilangan.
Magandang tanghali po sa lahat. Ako po sa po ng aking pamilya ay nakikiramay po sa namayapang former councilor ng Arong Jorge at sa ama po ng ating kaibigan kasama sa Sangguniang Joby Villegas. Yun lang po.
So, last Sunday, nagkameron tayo ng necrological nung lalibing ng ama ni former Councilor Ford Jorge and former Councilor Cathy Jorge. So, okay naman at ang pasasalamat ng mga magulang ng ina at mga kapatid sa ginawa nating necrological services that sa oras na yun. Sa tulong ng ating staff ni Mr. Secretary Doy, nairaos natin ay isang magandang necrological service noong linggo yun nang ilibing si former Councilor Claro Jorge.
Inihiling ko pong tayo na may wala ng pagpupulungan niya. Hiling ko may adjourn na natin ang meeting nito.
And second,
Good evening.